Hello everyone. Got 5 dirty jokes for you today. So a wife was in bed having fun with her lover when she heard her husband's key in the door. Stay where you are, she quickly told the panicked lover. He's so drunk he won't even notice you're in bed with me. The husband stumbled into the bedroom, barely able to stand. He mumbled a few words and collapsed onto the bed next to his wife, none the wiser. But as he lay there, trying to get his bearings, he noticed something strange. Through a drunken haze, he saw 6 feet sticking out at the end of the bed. His heart racing, he turned to his wife and said, "Hey, there are 6 feet in this bed. There should only be 4. What's going on?" Thinking quickly, the wife replied, "Nonsense. You're so drunk you miscount. Get out of bed and try again. You can see better from over there." The husband climbed out of bed and stumbled over to the foot of the bed. He counted again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you were right. So one day, the first grade teacher decided to have a career day where the students would describe what their parents did for a living. Some kids talked about their parents being doctors, firefighters, or teachers, while others had more unusual professions. When it was little Johnny's turn, the teacher eagerly asked, "What does your dad do for a living, Johnny?" Without skipping a beat, little Johnny stood up and declared, "My dad cuts people in half." The teacher was taken aback and asked, "Oh my, is your dad a magician?" Johnny responded with uncertainty, "I don't know." The teacher tried again, "Is he a surgeon, then?" Again, Johnny replied, "I don't know." The teacher was getting frustrated and asked, "If you don't know what your dad does, why did you say he cuts people in half?" With a grin, Johnny replied, "Because I have 2 half-brothers and 3 half-sisters." So Mrs. Jones had a long list of groceries to buy, so she headed to the market with her purse slung over her shoulder. As she shopped for her groceries, she felt a sense of unease. Something felt off, but she couldn't quite put her finger on what it was. It wasn't until she got to the checkout that she realized what was wrong. Her purse was missing. She frantically searched through her bags, hoping she had just misplaced it, but it was nowhere to be found. Feeling defeated, she started to make her way back through the market, retracing her steps in the slim hope that she might find it. As she walked, she couldn't help but feel disheartened at the thought of losing not just her money, but also her credit cards and ID. Suddenly, she saw a young boy running towards her, waving something in his hand. "Excuse me, ma'am. Is this your purse?" he exclaimed, holding it out for her to see. Mrs. Jones couldn't believe it. The boy had found her purse and returned it to her. Filled with gratitude, she hugged the boy tightly and opened her purse to make sure everything was still there. As she rummaged through the contents, she noticed something strange. "That's funny," she said out loud. "When I lost my purse, there was a $20 bill in it. Now there are $21 coins." The boy looked at her with a sheepish grin and replied, "Well, the last time I found a lady's purse, she didn't have any change for a reward. So I thought it would be better to have smaller bills this time." So a stockbroker walks past a kid selling lemonade. "Hey mister, you want some lemonade?" A little girl calls to him. The stockbroker is just getting out of his brand new BMW in a nice tailored suit. He was about to walk past when he had double-taked at the sign that says, "Lemonade $50. Your sign is wrong, kid. I think you mean 50 cents. The little girl shakes her head. "Nope, $50, mister. I need the money for space camp." The stockbroker paused for a minute, because he appreciates a good hustle, but clearly this kid is going about it the wrong way. Look, sweetie, I know you're trying to make money, but you have to charge what people are willing to pay. No one is going to pay that much for a tiny cup of lemonade. Now what do you think is a fair price? The little girl beams and says, $50, mister. The stockbroker gives a little sigh and shakes his head. Okay, I'm gonna pass. You see, you can't make a profit when no one pay your price. Now do you have anything else for sale? Homemade brownies, 50 cents. The stockbroker winces in frustration. Okay, look. I studied economics at Harvard and I got my MBA from Wharton, so I'm going to teach you a little about business, okay? Now each of your little cups of lemonade probably costs you about 50 cents, including the margin cost of your stand. He takes out $1. I'll pay you 10 times that much because I want to help you understand about markup. The little girl shakes her head and smiles. No thanks, mister. $50, please. You know what? I give up. Take this $1 and I'm going to buy 2 of your brownies. I know you're losing money on them, and I'm not going to buy a single cup of your overpriced lemonade. I'm trying to be nice and teach you about business, but I guess this is the only way for you to learn a lesson. Okay. The girl takes the $1 and puts 10 brownies on a plate. Just to make the point, the stockbroker decides to eat one of the brownies right in front of her. Suddenly he begins coughing and gagging uncontrollably. Oh my God, what did you put in these? She grins happily and says it's my special recipe. Eggs, flour, butter, cocoa, sawdust, and goat pellets. This is horrible. I have to get this taste out of my mouth. The little girl takes out a jar full of $50 bills, cocks her head to the side, and says through a beaming grin, "You want some lemonade?" So one day, Vladimir Putin arrived at an elementary school where he gave a lecture on all the reasons why Russia, under his leadership, is the best country in the world. After the lecture, he invited the children to ask him questions, and almost everyone raised their hand enthusiastically. After all, not every day they get to raise a question before the president of Russia. Yes, cute girl, Putin said, pointing to a girl with braids, who began to speak, saying, "Hello, Mr. President. My name is Sasha and I wanted to know, do you think one day Russia will return to itself as the Soviet Union in the past?" "Of course," Putin replied. "It is only a matter of time before all the countries of Eastern Europe, and even the countries of the world, understand that it is in their favor." "Yes, cute boy. Next question, please," Putin said, pointing to a boy with freckles, who said, "Hello, Mr. President. My name is Arkady, and I wanted to know, what is the secret of your success? Because you are the most powerful and important man in all of Russia." "The truth is," Putin said, "I am the most powerful and important man in the whole world, and the secret of my success is that I just know what is good for everyone. So everyone trusts me to run the country for the best." "Do you have any more questions?" Putin wondered, then pointed to a blond boy raising his hand. The boy spoke and said, "Hello, Mr. President. My name is Boris, and I wanted to know why Russia is sending troops to Ukraine." A moment after Boris finished asking his question, the break bell suddenly rang, and everyone went out for lunch. When the break was over, Putin and all the children returned to the lecture hall. "Yes, sweet girl," Putin said, pointing to a girl with short hair who stood up. "Hello, Mr. President. My name is Katya," said the girl, "and I wanted to know where Boris is."